All right, well, before I get into what I prepared, since Sarah was talking about April Fool's Day jokes, the best April Fool's Day joke I have ever heard of was my sister's roommate. My sister's roommate took her caps lock key out and he put in a chip that every time you pressed it, it would play the song, "Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down." That was just awesome. But my sister's not smart enough to take out the chip, so it still happens. It's really great. Oh, it's so weird that it's light out. But I was driving over here and I could actually see the car in front of me. And the car had a bumper sticker on it that said, "War is not the answer." And I was like, well, what if the question is, what's my favorite card game? Like, this person doesn't know me. They don't know what kind of questions I ask myself. Oh, but people who put their political beliefs on their cars are the worst. Well, they're not the worst. Terrorists are pretty bad, but they still suck. But it's probably an exaggeration. But I noticed when people do that when they insult someone or when they compliment someone, people always exaggerate. They're like, "Oh my God, you're a genius!" Like, you're not a genius because you got your phone to work after you dropped it in the toilet. Like, you're just barely smart enough to cover up your stupidity. So, I've been trying this thing where I give people accurate compliments. I don't know, about a week ago, my dad, he was going out to dinner with my mom, and he doesn't normally dress up, but put on a nice shirt, he combed his hair, and I was like, "Wow, Dad, you really clean up nice. You look like you could be Tom Arnold's older brother." And he didn't think that was a compliment at all. Which, I don't know, it's weird because, Tom Arnold, he's a decent looking guy, and the movie True Lies was awesome, am I right? Yeah! Yes, thank you. Jeez. But I was like, "Dad, you can't get up in the middle of the night, eat 3 cinnamon buns, and expect me to say you look like Christian Bale's alcoholic father. That's just... I'm not a liar. But another time I tried this was at work. The lady, she just gotten her hair done, and I was like, "Wow, Mary, your hair looks really nice. With a hairdo like that, you could be a plus-size model." And oh, fuck you guys, just fucking booing me. But I don't know, she was like, I don't know, that's exactly how she took it, because she didn't even hear that I called her pretty. She just heard that I called her fat, which, to be a plus-size model, you have to be attractive too. That's, whatever. But so then I'm the one that gets in trouble because she only half pays attention, which I think is bullshit. But yeah, good stuff. Maybe I'm just a douchebag. That's probably more likely the scenario. Oh boy. Do you guys think that douchebags are like the assholes of the feminine hygiene world? I don't know, I think it's weird that something that's associated with, supposed to be associated with cleanliness became synonymous with useless, overconfident assholes. That's just weird to me. But when I thought about it like that, it kind of just all made sense because, the douchebag, when it came on the scene, it was I'm really good at cleaning the vagina. But then it turns out that it does more harm than good, but it was always walking around thinking it was better than soap and Vagisil. It was going and getting spray tans and working on its calf muscles and consulting his friends about whether or not 3 Monster Energy drink stickers were too much to put on your truck. What a douchebag. But yeah. Well, speaking of douchebags, do you guys watch the Jersey Shore at all? Yeah? I don't. But I did go there on vacation over the summer. We were visiting some of my wife's relatives, which, and I didn't want to bring up the TV show at all because you figure, they're probably sick of hearing about it, and, I didn't want to insult them. But it turns out they were the ones that couldn't stop talking about it, which was just weird to me because, if MTV came to Central Illinois and they did a TV show called Cornholers about about a bunch of rednecks who just eat corn and make meth and beat their wives, like, I'd be a little bit offended. You know, you always have people coming up to you being like, is that true? Is that all you guys do out there? And we're like, no, not all of us. And besides, I'm from Champaign. The people on cornholers are actually from Danville, so. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Local reference. Well, I'm going to change the mood in here a little bit. I want to tell kind of a serious story from my life. Me and my wife, we live in an older house. It was built in 1892. And when we first moved in, my wife was talking to her mom, and her mom goes, you know, you guys, this house is so old. Aren't you guys worried about ghosts? And we were like, we are now. But we just kind of had a good laugh about it, and no big deal. We lived instant free for about 2 years. And then like until about like 2 weeks ago, some weird stuff started happening. Like my wife came down in the morning, she's like, Nick, have you been using my lotion? Because it's in a different place than where I put it the night before. And I was like, well, no, but I kind of just put it away. You know, maybe she's just been misplacing it. No big deal. About a week goes by, and she goes, you know, Nick, I found a bunch of balled up tissues and my Cosmo magazine on our bed. And I was like, well, you know, maybe the dogs got into the trash and they were just looking up 100 different ways to satisfy each other. Like, yeah, they're dogs, they have needs too. And then about like a couple days ago, she was going through the browsing history on our computer, and she found a couple websites that neither of us had been to. And the first one was called Project Voyeur, which, I don't know, I assume this is like a website that ghosts go to learn how to watch over humans. And then the second one was called MILF Hunter, which, I don't even know what that one's about, but I'm sure it has something to do with ghosts. But she noticed that like all these things were happening when just I was home. So, guys, I think the ghost is after me. And so if I come back here and I'm just like doing a bunch of jokes about haunted houses and ghouls, you know I've been possessed. So just be prepared for it. I think it's coming. All right, well, before I get out of here, I want to give you guys a little bit of advice because comedy shows are nothing if not constructive. I think it's unbecoming for people of the late 20s, early 30s range to, you know, share their gross sex stories with their friends. Example. I love when I get a laugh before the punchline. Right? So my friend comes up to me and she's like, Nick, last night was awesome. Jenny gave me the best rim job last night. I'm like, dude, that's awesome for you. Because, you know, next week we're going out to dinner together, and the last thing I want to picture is Jenny across the table from me, you know, getting treated like a bidet by you. Yeah, I know. Well, I agree. It's totally gross. But I am a fan of like cute or funny sex stories. Like, for instance, me and my wife, like about a year ago, we were, you know, at a hotel room out of town for the weekend. It was really nice. It was really relaxing. We were away from our jobs and our dogs, and you know, and so it was like, you know, we were just relaxed and we're drunk, and you know, I'm laying on the bed, boner straight up in the air, and my wife comes over to me and she goes, E.T. phone home. It was fucking adorable. All right, guys, that's my time. My name's Nick Shields. Keep it going for everyone else tonight. Thank you.